Hello friends, my name is Raza Masood. Today we'll discuss about a topic influence. Friend, this is an important topic with respect to project management. We'll see that what does it mean by influence and how we can utilize the factor of influence in project management or successful delivery of project. So friend, if you are studying project management and you are already planning to give exam of PMP or studying project management university. So friend, this is a topic which is important and you will see this topic in the exam. However friend, if you are already a professional project manager and working in any organization as a professional project manager, so friend, this is a very important topic, influence, and how we can use the power of influence in the successful delivery of projects or in the professional life of project management. So friend, first of all I would request to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell option as well so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start. So friend, let's start. Today's topic is influence. Friends, first of all we have to understand that what is influence. What is basically the definition of influence? Friend, influence is the application of power to accomplish a specific purpose. In simple definition, influence is the capacity or power of person or things to be a compelling force or on a produce effects on the action, behavior, opinion, etc. What does that mean, friend? First of all, friend, try to understand that influence is a positive thing. It is a compelling force. It is a force which which compels you towards some specific goal. What does that mean? For example, in a very simple scenario, let's assume that you are in a house. If your brother says something, you will say that okay, I will do that, I will think about it. For example, ABC work he wants to do. When your brother says, you will say that okay, I will see about it, I will think about it. When the same thing said by your father, your father said that you have to do ABC work, for example, then friend, this is something which is different and you must have to do it. You obviously can't wait the same thing as your brother saying. You will definitely give more weightage if your father is saying something. Why? Because your father has more influence as compared to your brother in the house. Okay, if your father says something that you have to do ABC work, okay, then you will definitely give more weightage, more value to that particular task. And remember one thing, if your father says that you have to do ABC work, then you will definitely accept that, you will definitely do that. Why? Because your father has more influence, your father has more compelling force, your father can force you, can say to you that you have to do that work. Similarly friends, see here, if you are working in any organization, software house for example, and for example, uh, let's suppose that you are working as a project manager in any organization, and a software engineer came to you and he said that, for example, ABC work is required. He needs ABC work to complete something, for example. Okay, so you will say that okay, let me think about it, that we can do it or not. If uh, suddenly the CEO of the company came and then he says that I need ABC work, same thing, let's assume that same ABC work which software engineer was saying, same thing says by the CEO of the company. So tell me, you who you will give more value, the CEO of the or the software engineer? Obviously, friend, if you are working in any organization and you know about the organizational structure, you will definitely give more value to CEO. It's very obvious, and you will definitely do that task if the company CEO says something. Why? Because the influence of CEO is more than that the software engineer. That is true. That is very true. So friend, first of all we have to understand that what is basically influence. Influence is not a negative thing. Influence is a positive energy, positive force which compels you to do some particular task. Okay, so this is called an example, this is called an concept of influence. Okay, now friend, try to understand here. uh, in the project, the successful delivery of a project, this is very important that a project manager has influence. Influence means, try to understand now, try to understand the definition of influence. Influence means that he has the compelling force, he should have the force that he can compels, he can push the resources to accomplish towards some specific objective, towards some specific goal. Okay, so that is called as influence. Remember one thing, if you are working as a project manager and you don't have any force, you don't have the influence, so friend, you will never be successful. As a project manager, you should be have to be a very good influencer, friend. Okay, now we will talk about what are the technique of influence. Like what are the techniques through which we can apply the power, we can apply the power of influence. Remember friend one thing, that uh, we are talking about influence in general sense. We can apply this approach of influence in project management, in professional life, in our general life, in our social life as well. So right now we are talking about influence in a general sense. So what are the technique through which we can apply the influence? First of all, logical reason. Like friend, whenever we talk about, when we are want to apply something, we can use the logical basis. For example, if you work hard, you will succeed. So if you study well, you will get good marks. So on basis of logical grounds, you can influence something. Okay, then the legitimate power means that the power of authority. For example, if you are a company CEO, you can say something, you can say that I need that particular task on Monday, I need that resource in office, I want to meet that particular client on Tuesday. So friend, this is called a topic, this is called an approach of influence, when we apply our authority, our position, our designation. Then next one is the exchanging. Exchanging means friend negotiation. Negotiation means that this is of communication power, friend. If you are good in communication, you have the very good negotiation skills, or communication skills. So based on your communication skills, you can influence something. Friend, you know that nowadays the youtubers, most many youtubers are very popular in different countries, different regions, because they are influencer means that they have good communication skills, they can influence something. You have noticed that youtubers, many youtubers, that if they say something, the people will accept their point of view and they follow you. So this is another example of influencer. Stating something, stating means, that means friend, to force something, to assert something, with believe, they say something and people believe on that. Socializing means that friend, by making relationships, by making friends, common grounds, people can influence something. Appealing to relationship, again friend, gaining the agreement or cooperation with people you already know well. Like for example, you have relatives in some organization, so this is an example of relationship by, like for example, if you say if your cousin is working in any organization, so obviously you have some relationship, you can have some influence there. Consulting means, friend, that engaging or stimulating people by asking questions, involving them in the problem or solution. This is called an example of consulting. That means, for example, friend, if you are in a meeting room, you can ask the question from some person, from any person, and let me ask him that what you will do in that case. So involving the other person, consulting with him, like talking with him and asking the questions, and based on the question and answer you can convince the person, you can influence the person. Alliance building means, friend, that finding some supporters, some alliances. For example, you can, if you are working, if you are a ABC company and you can make alliance with and some other party, some other stakeholders, so based on the alliance, you have some you can have some groups, you can have some alliance and you can influence the people. Then next one is appealing to value. Appealing value means, friend, that this is a very common general scenario, like emotional appeal or appeal to the heart. For example, like means for a friend, for example, if you say that you want to get funds for the patients of heart disease, for example, okay, and you can show some patients of hearts, so based on that appeal you can get the funds. And how you will get the funds, because people will you may influence the people by making an emotional appeals. Modeling is another example. This is very important factor, friend. You know that this is an example. For example, the religious leaders, basically they are the models, they are the behaviors they show, that based on their behaviors people become influenced from the leaders, and they follow you, they become influenced from the people, from the leader, and they become following the leader or the person. So just an example that for example, religious leaders, they are the influencer. Why? Because they are the models of the teaching, and people become influenced from the teaching, from the model, from the behavior of the religious leaders, and they become start following the religious leaders. Why they are following the religious leaders? Because they get influenced from the religious leaders, their behaviors, their talking, their behaviors, due to that they start following you. So friend, thank you, thanks a lot for your time, and that's all from my side, thanks a lot for your time, thank you.